Oh my God. Peter, you need to come get this fan because it is so addicting. I keep doing it, the girls keep doing it. This is just crazy. So this is not, it's not good. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. So what's up, you guys? Welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and taking the time out of your day to listen to what I have to say. This channel just hit 44,000 subscribers and like, I can't even believe that. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I know I say it all the time, but honestly, I'm never gonna stop thanking you guys because if it wasn't for you, this channel would be nothing. I would just be talking to myself. So it means the world to me that you come on here and you not only watch my videos, but you guys leave the most supportive comments, and I'm just so grateful for each and every one of you. So without further ado, here is Getting Arrested by Bondsman. Now this story is going to be an extension of Crazy County Jail stories, which I will link up here. And before I get into it, I just want to clarify some things. I had a couple people reach out to me and tell me that I was not fair to the girl I spoke about in that video. Some people said I was bitter. Some people said that she was a homeless addict doing what she needed to do to survive. Let me just clarify that, okay? I was a homeless addict at this time in my life, just trying to survive. I was pregnant going to prison and I had no one in my life. There's a difference between being in a struggling situation and being an addict in need of help and being someone that preys on other people. This girl would prey on other people. A lot of people tried to help her and she would stay with people and then rob them blind, which is exactly what happened to my friend. And maybe I left out crucial details here. I don't want you guys to make excuses for people because she was a homeless addict. That is a bad situation. However, I was in the same situation as she was and I did not prey on people, rob people, and use and manipulate others. That kind of person, in my opinion, does not deserve my respect. And I know that seems unfair, but I'm always gonna be honest about my feelings to you guys. It is really tough to go to jail. That is your situation. You have to put yourself there. My family didn't make choices like that. My family didn't deserve to be manipulated by someone getting out of jail. My family didn't deserve to be used and lied to. I put myself in jail. I needed to take care of myself and I hustled for everything I got, and it was just like reading a couple of those comments kind of made me realize that I didn't include enough detail, if that makes sense. So I just kind of wanted to clarify that it was not okay, and I will never make excuses for someone that preys on other people, especially another inmate's family who did absolutely nothing to deserve that. I'm also very protective of my loved ones. So with that being said, let's kind of get into it here. I bonded out of jail, and you will see that in the previous video, so I will make sure to link it on the card and put it in the description box below. I bonded out. I was only bonded out for 2 weeks, and basically my plan was, and now please do not do this, I am not glorifying jail, I'm not saying this is a good idea, this is a mistake. The plan was for me to get out. I was pregnant. I was going to then go on the run. Bad idea, do not do that. But I was gonna go on the run and have my baby and give my family the baby. I was gonna have the baby in New York and then turn myself in down in Arkansas. A lot of you have also asked me, why didn't your parents take your child? My parents were in New York, I was in Arkansas. It would have cost a lot of time and money to come down to Arkansas, fight DHS, go through that whole thing, get the baby approved for travel. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, you guys. It's not just like, oh, have the parents pick up the kid from prison. No, it takes a lot of effort and time and money that my family just didn't have. They honestly just didn't have the resources. Okay, moving on. I bonded out for 2 weeks and I had to stay with someone that I had met in jail. Now my plan was the whole time, run, go have the baby. I thought I was gonna save the baby. Like that was my focus. Save the baby from DHS, save the baby from having her in prison, have her, you know, have her in New York around your family. So I don't even know what I was thinking. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea because I could have honestly put myself and my child in danger. So I had to stay with someone that I had met in jail. I did not have a bondsman that was willing to sign my bond. My friend Jason did. He kind of had one on the payroll and said, I need you to come get this girl out of jail. She has the money on her books. Come get her out of jail. And he just had a lot of connections and pull that I didn't have down there. So shout out to you, Jason. Thank you so much for trying to help me. Well, I stayed with this girl. She happened to be an Asian lady, a Laotian lady. And she, you know, she felt bad for me because my child was Asian and I was pregnant in jail and all of that stuff, and we just kind of bonded. She was really, really nice to me, and she said, girl, this is so cute and random, but she said, I'm gonna teach you how to make egg rolls, I'm gonna teach you how to make sticky rice, I'm gonna teach you how to make pho. And I was just like, I can't even believe like you're being nice to me. She was only in jail for a couple of days, actually probably a week or two, for non-payment of fines. So she said, I will absolutely sign your bond, you can come stay with me, blah, blah, blah. I did not tell her that I had planned on leaving. And It's really difficult to explain my mindset here. It's difficult to tell you guys that I put myself and my child in danger, but I was just so scared. I was so scared that I was gonna have the baby in prison, which obviously you guys know that I did. I will leave that video in the description box as well. I was terrified and I didn't know what to do. I was just trying to solve the problem. I was in problem solving mode. I was about 5 months pregnant at this point, and again, I was just really scared. And because of that fear, I made a very bad decision. So she came and picked me up after my bond was signed. Now the bondsman in their office, I had only gotten bonded out before, like once or twice before, and I had ran. I never really knew the rules when it comes to bonding out. The rules are you're supposed to call them like once a week or however many times they say. He's going over all the rules and I signed it. I didn't even pay attention to him. I was so overwhelmed that I was free that I didn't even realize he's telling you what you need to do. I was just like kind of scared, kind of nervous, overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do at this point. I mean, it was just really, it's hard to explain. I was just kind of out of it, if that makes sense. So I go to this lady's house. I have nothing. I have no money. I have no clothes, nothing. And I had a friend of mine that owed me money, wired me some money so that I could get some clothes and some food. And I really appreciate that. And I said in a previous video that my reputation meant everything to me, and it really did. And the reason for that is I prided myself on being real, on being honest, on being someone that you could trust. That meant so much to me in that world. If I said I'll be there, I'm gonna be there. If I say I'll give you money, I'll give you money. And I had helped so many people in my past, including my family. I'm just so used to helping people in my past and not getting anything in return that when people decided to help me at this moment in my life, I was shocked. I was shocked that people were actually willing to pay me back money they owed me or help me out with bond money and all of these things. I was shocked that this stranger opened her home to me, and I was so grateful for her. Now, a couple of weeks had went by. The girl that had bonded out and went to New York to stay with my friend got kicked out. When I found out that she was living there, I told him, you need to be very careful. You need to kick her out in the best way possible. Watch her. She might steal from you. I'm so sorry that she got a hold of your information. And I just felt like crap. I felt like I'd put him in jeopardy. So he did kick her out, and he was kind of foolish here, and he said, I'll give you a couple hours to get your things together, and he left. And I guess he went to the store or something, and when he was gone, she robbed him blind. She stole so much stuff from him. So anyway, moving along, I'm sorry if the story's all over the place. I had got my friend to wire me some money, different friend that owed me money, and I was able to buy some clothes. And I was honestly just really frustrated with the situation still. I was very bitter. I was very angry. I knew that I couldn't handle this. Like at that time, I couldn't handle having a baby. I didn't know what to do. I could barely take care of myself, and I had a full-on panic attack one day. And I just told the people that were around me, I said, I want to run. I'm terrified. I can't do this. I can't have a baby in prison. And I was just really overwhelmed. Part of me wanted to do the right thing. The other part of me wanted to run, and I was just so scared, you guys. So the girl that went to New York found out where I was staying, and she got in contact with the lady that I was staying with, and she said, hey, I would really like to send Jessica some baby clothes and some baby gifts. What's your address? So the girl that took my friend's information and went to New York called around to see what bondsman I had. She figured out the bondsman that I had, and she called him and said, you better go get Jessica because she's about to run. Here's the address that she's at. She's gonna get a bus ticket, da-da-da-da. Well, it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 2.5 weeks after I got bonded out. Cops rolled up, bondsman rolled up, and the bondsman came to the door first and had cuffs in his hand and his taser out, and he said, you better get in the car or I will tase you. I said, I am pregnant, you cannot tase me. And he said, I don't give a shit, get in the car. So now I'm like, I can't run, I can't try to fight this guy, I'm pregnant, I have to get in the car. And I was so overwhelmed by that. So I'm in the car, and they're asking the lady I was staying with, did she plan on going to New York? We could put you in jail for this. We could, you know, you're gonna lose she's gonna lose her bond money. You signed on this bond, this is your responsibility. And she decided to tell them, yes, I was planning to go to New York, which I don't hold against her. I mean, I understand it's very intimidating. She didn't sign on for this drama. I have no ill will or resentment or anything for her. I understand the position I put her in, and it was not a good one. So she was honest with the bondsman, and it's okay. It's okay. So I got booked back into the jail, and I had $300 in my pocket or so. I mean, I bought a couple outfits or whatever, so I had a little bit of money in my pocket, that went on my books. And I remember I was sitting in intake, and this officer, who was kind of good with me and good with my friend Jason, comes up to me and says, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "They revoked my bond. Please get Jason to call the bondsman. Maybe we can work it out. Maybe I can get rebonded out." And she went back and passed my message to Jason, and Jason's freaking out. He started acting irate because he's very protective of me. We're really, really, really good friends. And the officer came back up and said, "I can't calm Jason down. This is a bad situation. Like, Jason's so scared. He's so worried. Just walk back." They had changed me out. She said, "Just walk back. I'll pop the door, but go tell him you're okay." And I said, "I'm not going to tell him I'm okay. I'm not okay." I was in a full panic attack at this moment. Like, I was just anxious. I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was so overwhelmed. I knew this was a possibility, but getting put back in jail after you've had 2 weeks out on a 5-month sentence, I'm like, not 5-month sentence, but I was there for 5 months, got bonded out for 2 weeks. It was so overwhelming to get put back in orange. It was so overwhelming to get my things taken away, to be booked back in, to walk through those halls. It was just, I mean, I was having a panic attack. So I walked back to the pod, to FF pod, and I'm trying to tell him, I'm like, "I'm not okay. You need to help me. You need to bond me out." And I'm in full, like, I am freaking out. I can't calm him down because I'm not calm. But Jason is a very big, very intimidating figure in this jail. And a previous sentence that he had done, he beat the crap out of every guard that was a male in that jail. So when he freaks out, they worry a little bit. They're gonna have to extract him. It's gonna be this big scene. He's a fighter. He is very intimidating. However, I say that smiling because I don't see that in him. Like, to me, he's a teddy bear. And I know if he's watching this, he's like, "I ain't no teddy bear." Ugh. But like, dude, whatever. Like, I just don't see you in that way, because he's not that way to females. He's very respectful to females. Anyway, I digress. So he's like, "It's okay, I'll get you out. It's okay, I'll get you out." So I went to my cell, my new cell, with nothing. I had no commissary. I had nothing. I had the issued things, toothpaste, a little bar of soap, my booking sheet. I had nothing, right? No underwear, no bra, nothing. And I have to now hustle up to get everything I have again. And when people heard me walk in, I mean, they saw me, they were like, "New York, what the? New York, what's up, what's up? Are you okay, are you okay?" And some people are like, "I can't believe you're back here. What happened?" And I just started to cry. So I rushed to my cell, and I had them pop the door, and I went in my cell and I closed the door. I had a cellie. I didn't know the cellie at this point, and I just started crying. I didn't want anyone else to see me crying. I wanted to break privately, because you don't want people to know that you're going through a hard time in jail. You always have to, like, watch your six, and I couldn't let them know that I was upset. So I walked in, and I just remember specifically walking into, I think it's CD pod? I can't remember. It was Sebastian County Jail in Fort Smith, and just being like, "Oh, I'm back." I'm holding back tears. I'm just hoping that no one can tell. "Oh, I'm back." And I walked in, closed the door, and started crying. And it was just a really emotional time for me. I got sentenced a few months later to a 5-year sentence under the 50% law. And I served 2.5 years of a 5-year sentence. I also got 15 years suspended sentence, so I am still on a suspended sentence. I got 40 years exposure, which basically means a federal suspended sentence. So if I have another felony, they can petition my state suspended sentence and my federal suspended sentence, and I could potentially go to federal prison for up to 40 years. That is very uncommon. That does not happen that often. I think these are just kind of outdated laws that Arkansas still has, but that's what my plea agreement said. I was not able to bond out again, and my daughter was born while I was in maximum security prison. I'm sorry, I was in medium security prison, and then a month after I gave birth to my daughter, I was sent from the medium back to the max because I got into a fight. And all of this is just a really difficult time for me. It's really difficult to sit here and tell you guys all this stuff, but I'm telling you this for a reason. That was really hard. That moment could have broken me, but it didn't. I am not defined by my past. I am strengthened by my past, and I promise you that whatever you're going through, it's temporary. That pain is temporary, and you can grow and evolve and learn from your past. And I hope that one person sees this and decides not to give up. I really hope that my story will resonate with you guys, because it was really difficult for me to overcome those things, but I did it. I am sitting here living proof that sobriety is possible. Life outside of addiction, life outside of crime is possible. So I really hope you guys took something from this story. I love you. Stay safe, stay sober, and I will see you in my next one.